Hello again, member. Return to the Risk and Impact module to take a closer look at the risk and impacts you defined in the previous step. In this tutorial, we will illustrate what it means to assess risk and impact. Under the Risk and Impact Management module, there are two flows the company is guided through to assess the material risk and impacts defined. These two flows are based on the different frames one should have when assessing risks versus impacts. Risks are assessed at the site level, while impacts are assessed at the topic level. Keep both perspectives in mind. We will delve into risk assessment and site level first. A risk assessment focuses on each business partner's site within the supply chain of the company. And that, in a nutshell, is what site-level risk assessment denotes, spotting potential hazards and evaluating the risk at particular locations so they can be managed and avoided. Powered by the M4 Solution Suite and aggregated in M4 Sustainapass, this granular appraisal of business partner sites is greatly simplified. On the final step of the risk assessment section, you can review all of your relevant business partner sites attached to the topics you selected as material. Clicking on one of the sites, you can have an in-depth overview of the site information. Country risk, M4 BSCI monitorings, M4 BPI risk assessments, and zero tolerances. Once the company consults all the data provided by M4 Sustainapass, the company can add more information such as certifications, site visits, public reports, and grievances to complement the information provided and take an informed decision when setting the net risk score for each site. Just like when adding risk and impacts, it is key to involve key internal and external stakeholders to glean different perspectives of your risk level or topic. You can currently document any step taken in engaging with different parties, either by adding extra documentation on the site profile or at the topic level by adding a comment. Once you have all the information in place, your company is now ready to define the net risk scores for material topics of each of their business partner sites. The net risk score helps a company determine how risky each business partner is on a specific issue, so the company can decide which areas need closer monitoring and action. The site level score is just an indication of a monitoring result, but it doesn't provide a full picture of the site level of risk. It is recommended to read their monitoring reports and not just rely on PA scoring. Communication with your business partner is paramount to have a comprehensive and realistic assessment of the site risks, as advised in the M4 BSCI System Manual and the M4 Code of Conduct. Collaboration and communication are essential to your due diligence exercise. When it comes to impact assessment, this is done at the topic level. This means that the company is evaluating broader impacts that the business could have on the people and the planet. For this, the company uses key metrics following the GRI framework to measure the significance of each impact. GRI metrics include scope, scale, likelihood, irremediable character, and the outcome severity. Just as in the case of risk assessment, by following the assessment steps and metrics, the company can now determine which impacts are the most significant and need immediate action or attention. This approach for the risk and impact assessment helps a company proactively manage and minimize negative risks and impacts across their entire supply chain. Before engaging in the impact assessment section, make sure to map or update your supply chain business partners and the sustainability platform. This will be the basis for the supply chain countries and site level information. Please refer to our tutorial on mapping your supply chain to learn more about this process. Link for tutorial can be found below. Bear in mind, any changes made to the sustainability platform will take 24 hours before being available to sync in M4 Sustainapass. On the second step of this section is where you engage with the aforementioned GRI framework key metrics to critically assess the severity of your material impacts. Just like on the other steps, you should view these input selections as a frame for conversations with the relevant stakeholders. If you need guidance on the terms used in this section, please hover over the question marks next to them. As well, you can refer to the help section. Again, if you change your risk to an impact or the other way around, you'll have to sync the data again. Please keep this in mind for the reporting module. Only material topics can be currently assigned with a net risk score. If the topics have not been selected as material on the materiality module, the data is only visible on the site profile of the risk assessment step, but not editable. Another problem area that might have popped up for you while assessing your risks: what happens if I have too many sites and topics to assess net risk score? Companies are required to focus their effort on what they consider salient issues. The aim of the next tutorial, Prioritizing Risk, goes over this process. Please watch it next to learn more.